Can y'all hear me? I'll just say, how's my audio, y'all? Okay. How's my audio? And let's try to power through. Okay, I'll make the this one's 70. Okay, this one's a bit too low. Okay, I'm gonna go to 70. Okay, so we're gonna go 72-ish. 71. Okay, good enough. Okay, Paul's in the house. Let's go, Paul. Okay, thanks for the intel on the Stephen Greer. Okay, now your rank is number 1. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so I increased the volume just now. I made it this on the sound setting. 71, 72, good enough. 71 is the computer sound. The other one is the mic sound. Okay, so I'm gonna go now post on Rumble and the other guys. Okay, this one I don't know how to post this one here. This one doesn't have an actual chat. But anyways, we will just see how this goes, and then I'll only message the ones that actually have people there. All right. So anyways, so Paul's in the house. Yes, we can go ball lightning, a bunch of other stuff, and if Drew Truscott is in the show, he might join the second hour, and start talking about his unified field theory. All right. And let's just see what else we have. Okay, yeah, so it's working fine. Okay, just want to see how many people are in the chat. Okay, so we have, right now, it says 0 there. That's interesting. Okay, but anyways, and yeah, we have a lot of a jam-packed show today. Let's see what else I have here. And also, yeah, this Saturday I have the 2 doctors joining the show, the 2 anti-COVID mandate doctors. All right, so let's see what I'm going to close this. Close. Okay, there's a threadcast as well, guys. If you figure out how to use Hive, post there. I'll upvote. You make a few cents. Ball lightning is mystery. It is absolutely real. My father has stories about which I can share if you want. Yeah, for sure. Share the stories. The best place if you want to like preserve it, because these chats disappear. So I think the best place would be on the Telegram, like right here. So the best place to put stuff that you want to, you can share it here, and I'll read it out. But if you want to preserve that text, the best place would be like right here in the Telegram or in Threadcast here. If you figure out how to post on Hive, just because again the chats disappear, I don't know how to access. Well, actually, the chats don't. Yeah, they don't necessarily disappear. You can like see them when you go watch the replay again, but like as like an actual copy and paste, you can send it to people. That's not easy. Yeah, I'll share in a link chat. Yeah, so up to you if you want to. If it's a long one and that you want to preserve, it's just easier for sharing. So in the right here in the links right here, so copy or just post link. So in the comments there. Post comments here that you want to better share, etc. Okay, Taka Hayashi Nakaruro Sports. Hello, let's go. Let's go, Taka Hayashi. Okay, so Paul is just going to share some stuff. We'll read it out. And again, yeah, I didn't have too many other questions here, but I have a setup right here of a bunch of stuff going on. Links we'll cover. And a bunch of interesting stuff here. And again, first person post on Hive, get a huge upvote from MES. So like I just posted this right here. Think of this, I post a tweet, get 4 cents, okay? You can't make this stuff up. I get 4 cents posting a tweet, okay? It's like the people I literally, and I own it, no one can censor it. So it's like nobody's literally grasping how absolutely massive this is. Versus X, where they can take your account and do whatever and so on. Anyways, yeah, I just want to see how many people we have now. Okay, we have 4 people watching. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so we'll see right here. What do we have? Okay, so I have a bunch of links right here. I'm going to open up this first one, coherent energy transformation. Before we get to that, let's go to the ball. Okay, we have 7 people now. Okay, let's get to ball lightning right away. So the thing is, ball lightning, you know, it's obviously real, but like it obviously has it also has a Wikipedia page on it being real, but they all say that they don't know what it is and all that mumbo jumbo. So ball lightning is a rare and unexplained. Again, yeah, they don't explain it. They all know what it is. They just don't. All right, Drew. Let's go, Drew. Yeah. So let me know if you want to join the second hour, Drew. So if you're ready, I'll send you a link. I'll set up a Microsoft Teams right here, actually. Yeah, I'm just trying to get sorted. Okay, I'll get away so make it here, and I'll send you a link. Meet now. Conscious, or unified field theory. I'm posting it right here. Okay, unified field theory. I'll get a link to the chat, and I'll send it to you, and then get a link. I'll just say start meeting. Okay, I just want to like I hate how it just disappears. I don't know where it is. Okay, just give me the freaking copy link. Okay, there it is. Okay, I copied the link. Okay, so I copied the link. I'm gonna post this chat. That's the only way I can get the chat there. Okay, so now the link is there. Okay, I'm gonna leave. And all right, so I'll send it. I'll send this to you, Drew. In the second hour. I'll let you know when I join it. Where's this stem? I can tell you how to create a ball lighting. Okay, sick you, yeah, but the thing is, can you create one? It's like a lot of people can. They have a lot of ideas and so on. Yeah. Okay, so Drew, I sent you the link here. Actually, I shouldn't share it, but anyways, well, even if they do or not. So I'll let you know once we're getting to that in the second hour, and then you can join and then educate us on some of these matters. All right. So again, yeah. So Sikyo knows how to create a ball lighting. So ball lighting is a rare and unexplained phenomenon described as a luminescence. Spherical objects that vary from pea size to several meters in diameter, though usually associated with thunderstorms. That's a very interesting one. The observed phenomenon is reported to last considerably longer than the split-second flash of a lightning bolt, and is a phenomenon distinct from St. Elmo's fire and the will-o-wisp. Okay, we got a whole bunch of these. St. Elmo's fire, that's on the edge there. Okay, St. Elmo's fire. Which fire is a weather phenomenon in which luminous plasma. Okay, this is another part. There's a thing I gotta compare plasma versus plasma. Is a corona discharged from a rod-like object such as a mast, spire, chimney, or animal horn. Haven't done it yet, but know someone who has. He thought he blinded himself, but it was so bright. Okay, so that's another thing. Again, the key part is like you have to be able to demonstrate it, but also in a way it's like very easy to follow. And I'll explain that with my magnet repulsion test, which I think I literally just cracked anti-gravity. Okay, so Paulov's sent. Okay, so Paulov's has a story about ball lighting. So what I want to do quickly is again, there's stories right here. This is an image and so on. But it's documented. It's well documented. And now what I want to show is first. So anything, always try to like. Basically, get an experiment or some demonstration to show that we're actually in reality, as opposed to other stuff. Okay, let's see right here. Okay, anyways, Paul, the best would be in the actual thing. So like, do a reply to this one so that it shows up here again. Let's put it right here. Comment, just so that it's easier. So like, if you put it here, it becomes inside it as a chat. So let's put it there. So then, when you open up in this chat, it becomes a reply there. See what I'm trying to say? So when you do a reply, you can go to this main one. This is a post that I put from a channel. It goes to the group, and then you can go view 2 replies, so you can see view them. All right. So the story here. Okay, here we'll read Paul levels, and then we'll show the footage that was recently captured. Yeah. Okay. So Paul. Yeah. But again, try to make it inside here so that it's easier to follow. So you can do a reply to it. Oh yeah. Okay. Now you get it. Yeah, just so that now it's one chat. It has all of them in here. All right, the story about ball lighting is that my father worked on construction sites in Florida. He worked on large structures such as power plants and dams. Oftentimes, the structures would be iron beams, like the kind lifted with cranes and secured by workers called steel erectors. All right, that sounds like some Stephen Greer stuff. It was a lot of metal. During the daily thunderstorms in Florida, he would oftentimes have to get on a fiberglass ladder insulator and stand in the middle to protect himself from the lightning. He said that the ball lightning would start at the top of the structure and bounce its way down the structure. It would go from one side to the other and back and forth. He said it hissed and crackled and popped. 1970s tough-ass construction dudes would run scared while my dad, an electrician, would just eat his lunch on the ladder knowing he was protected. Holy. All right, that's epic stuff. Okay, so now, and again, the reason I got interested is because I literally saw this last week. And I'm like, this is like literally groundbreaking stuff. It's so clear. And it's like in the global news, the mainstream news in Canada is literally reporting it. So ball lightning captured on video last week in Alberta during a thunderstorm.
What is it? It's going for a long time.
Okay, I'm gonna slow this down. This is actually on a news report, and there's a ball lightning. And this is great footage.
What is it? It's going for a long time.
A ball of light hovers over a field.
Looks like a fireball, but not really. It's the wrong color.
And this couple from Rich Valley, Alberta, was mesmerized.
After a rather vicious lightning strike, We saw the ball of fire kind of retain, I don't know, 20 feet above the ground.
The cell phone video was captured an hour northwest of Edmonton by Ed and Melinda Party. It shows the ball of light for about 20 seconds before it disintegrates. They were under a tornado watch and experiencing a thunderstorm Wednesday evening when they saw this about a kilometer away from their home.
Yeah, it was moving horizontally above the ground. Incredibly bright, too.
It was very bright.
It was really bright.
Off in the distance, they see something glowing there.
But what exactly is it? According to one scientist, it could be ball lightning or a form of it.
Sometimes you can get that plasma itself or region of plasma to just linger for a little while. And sometimes that plasma itself, if it's in a ball shape, they call it ball lightning.
It's a rare phenomenon that can be produced from intense lightning. But why it's caused is still something scientists are trying to determine.
What are the right conditions to actually make this phenomenon happen? We don't know, because again, it's such a really rare event and it's not very well understood.
Florian believes that although this weather event is rare, we could see more of it.
The more and more severe storms that we're getting across the prairies, there might be greater chances of other people witnessing these phenomena as well.
The parties say they're lucky to experience an extraordinary event not many people have.
I was glad it was far away from our house, though, because I don't think I'd want to get near that, because that's a lot of power in there.
Cabby Maitharan, Global News.
All right, epic stuff. I want to see how this disappears.
Ground.
So also notice what guy says, because of climate change, more thunderstorms, more ball lightning. So in other words, getting people used to, it is definitely a plasma. All right, so you see this right here. Or plasma or plasmoid. We'll get to that in a bit. It's very interesting. So I'm going to go slow motion. I'll just mute this right here. And then slow motion here. And let's see what happens, I think, to it. It's going to start. Okay, now look, it starts bouncing like that. And I'll assume when it disappears. Okay, yeah, and notice there's like 3 lights. It's like it goes into 3 lights. It's not. It's like as it goes away. Okay, yeah, it's 3 lights. So it could be. Yeah, okay, I'll watch. Yeah, okay, it's 3 lights, like a craft or something. Okay, so it's 3 lights creating that. Okay, that's fascinating. Okay, we captured. I'm gonna take a photo of that. I'll screenshot and post. Okay, there. Where's the 3 lights? So again. People say they know how to make ball lightning and so on. We'll make it, but also it's like this is like literally magical, big time stuff. And why isn't every single university in the world focusing on ball lightning and only ball lightning? It's like that's the way I work. It's like focus on it until it's done, and then we move forward. You don't just say, oh, we don't understand, but it's the tech used to turn towers to dust. Anyways. 9/11. Okay, so Saint David's bless up man in chat. Never forget 9/11 Moon channel. Heard it here first. Let's go. Okay, you definitely. So ever since, so I believe Saint Davis. Did you actually hear 9/11 and Moonchild here first? If you did, that's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. So here's what I mean about put the links in. So I'm gonna put this right here. So there is the before and after. Yeah, that's the after. It's 3 lights. Okay, so we got 3 lights there. And so that's ball lightning. And again, mainstream it just says not understood and so on. Review available literature. So a review of the available literature published in 1972 identifying the properties of a typical ball lightning while cautioning against over-reliance on eyewitness accounts. Well, we literally see one right there. Odors resembling ozone. Okay, and the liberation of heat. Report the sensation of heat, although in some cases the disappearance of the ball is accompanied by the liberation of heat. So as it disappears, it's gone. So they can feel some heat in there. That's interesting. General rapid, maybe either silent explosives. Some appeared within metal aircraft. Actually, let's read this. A review of the available literature published in 1972 identified the properties of a typical ball lightning while cautioning against over-reliance on eyewitness accounts. They frequently appear almost simultaneously with cloud-to-ground lightning discharges. They are generally spherical or pear-shaped, like the Earth, or with fuzzy edges. Their diameters range from 1 to 100 centimeters. But the one we saw it's looking like pretty big. It's like might be bigger than that. The liberation of heat means that taking heat out of the environment, I believe. No, it's releasing heat. It's liberation. It's like after it goes, then you can feel it. Then it feels hot. So it was probably taking heat, and then once it goes away, it releases it. This is during the explosion. You can see. We'll get to the boat. Yeah, it says the disappearance of the ball is accompanied by liberation. Yeah, because the heat becomes free. Okay, but yeah, that's what I think it is. Anyways, going back here, the diameter is 1 to 100 centimeters, except this one looks much bigger because you can see pretty far away. It's probably like a few meters. Most commonly 10 to 20 centimeters. And then the brightness corresponds to roughly that of a domestic lamp, so they can be clearly seen in daylight. A wide range of colors has been observed, with red, orange, and yellow being the most common. The lifetime of each event is from 1 second to over a minute, with the brightness remaining fairly constant during that time. They tend to move at a few meters per second, most often in a horizontal direction, but also move vertically, remain stationary, or wander erratically. Many are described as having rotational motion. It is rare that observers report a sensation of heat. Oh, it is rare, so it's cold event. Although in some cases the disappearance of the ball is accompanied by liberation of heat. Yeah, so it's absorbing heat, and then all of a sudden, yes, it would become colder, then it releases it once it goes away. Some of them, in some cases, but typically it's cold. That's interesting, cold. Some display an affinity for metal objects and may move along conductors such as wires, metal fences, or railroad tracks. Some appear within buildings passing through. Some appear within buildings passing through closed doors and windows. Some have appeared within metal aircraft and have entered and left without causing damage. The disappearance of a ball is generally rapid and may either be silent or explosive. Odors resembling ozone, burning sulfur, or nitrogen oxides are often reported. Sikyop says, I am hesitant to create ball lightning because I believe the circular holes in the 9/11 glass was created by ball lightning. Yeah, definitely. The whole idea, the thing is, this is pointing towards cold electricity. That's the key part. It's like when I say, it's like, why is it being hidden? Well, it's a full it's like a full genre or topic. Don't know the difference of ball lighting that goes through glass without damage. There is and what's interesting here, this one's one of the most mind-boggling connections here. So again, it's cold. When it's cold, it's so like you can have it interact with things without instant damage like heat does. So this is, again, you can't stress this enough. This is 1966. The Arthur C. Clarke, the guy who wrote Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey. This guy right here, Arthur C. Clarke, multiple witnesses to the natural phenomenon. So Arthur C. Clarke recorded interviews with several people who saw the same globular ray. So he's literally interviewing people that saw ball lightning. They call it a globular ray back then. At the small Scottish seaside resort of Crail in August 1966. And again, this is, I think it's like, this is just before he writes 9/11 Space Odyssey, or 2001 Space Odyssey. Okay, Rotator Matrix, hey, all made it. Okay, epic stuff. On the afternoon question, Mr. Elizabeth Radcliffe was walking home on a concrete path near the beach. I lifted my eyes. This is, again, interview from Arthur C. Clarke, who's interviewing people that saw globular rays, or basically saying spherical rays or ball lightning. I lifted my eyes and I saw what I thought was a kind of light, and almost at the same instant, it turned into a ball about the size of a tennis ball and a soccer ball. Then it passed over the grass and turned greenish, and then, with great rapidity, disappeared towards the cave where it exploded. And this image is actually in Dr. Judy Wood's book, and this is referenced in this article about globular rays, but the Arthur C. Clarke. It says, my mate's YouTube got pulled twice last night for talking of and showing A.C. Clarke. Is that Arthur C. Clarke? Okay, interesting. So it says right here, thanks to globular ray, Hubble discovered, and this is another person. Hubble discovered that his true love is physics and the innermost secrets of the haunting of nature. Too bad he didn't have any souvenirs left, like the round hole found after a storm in the glass of a broken window in the University of Edinburgh meteorology department. That's my pronunciation in UK terms. As the glass was fused from inside, the fact was attributed to a globular ray. So that's right here. That's where Judy Wood got this image from. But I think, I don't know how she got it. I think her quality's a bit better, or she just changed the contrast or something. So again, guys, globular ray. We literally got ball lightning. Witnesses talking about it. We got Arthur C. Clarke. What are you doing there? What is Arthur C. Clarke? Let's go. Arthur C. Clarke. 2001 Space Odyssey. Wiki. So before he writes this one, okay, this is 1968. What was Arthur C. Clarke doing before he wrote his 2001 A Space Odyssey book? He's interviewing people about globular rays, about literally ball lightning, alright? You can't make this stuff up. If you could, please, I want to know what AI you're using to make this stuff up. You can't make, why does it keep doing that? I'm like, just open here. This is Arthur C. Clarke, guys, my goodness, in 1966, before he writes the book. You can't make this stuff up. If you do, please, we need to send your brain to, we need to get your brain scanned for Grok AI. All right. Also, yeah, Rotary Matrix. Yeah, because you're big on the UFO scene. Go on my Telegram. Look up Stephen Greer. It's absolutely wild. Stephen Greer is up to naughty things. And also Ashton Forbes is crashing absolutely hard. All right, guys. Yeah. So, anyways, if we go on my Telegram, everything's there. If you go to Ball Lightning, I made a live stream on it before. Exotic vacuum objects deep dive was in this one here, and then this is where, yeah, exotic vacuum objects. Basically, cold electricity is the key, and this is Bob Greener apparently replicating it, and it's like similar to sunspots and so on. And there's other papers on this as well. 1956 had similar similar configurations of like these exotic vacuum objects, which is again, it's just like a charged cluster. So it's like somehow it's cold electricity, and it's like somehow contained within magnetic field. I think that's a plasmoid. Anyways, we'll get to that in a bit. So again, Space Odyssey, you cannot make this stuff up, please. I cannot stress enough. Like, what in the world is this Arthur C. Clarke doing here? What is he doing here? Okay. So, like, what kind of deep occult stuff are they into? All right, I'm gonna go back here again. Here's the Will-O-Wisps. Okay, so we saw Ball Lightning. The other one's St. Elmo's Fire. I'm gonna see what this is quickly. Oh no, I think I've seen it before. Okay, let's just make it. Let's just see an actual experiment. So the key is I will say experiment. St. Elmo's Fire. Experiment. Okay, the moment a rare St. Elmo's Fire phenomenon was caught on video. Okay, this is last year.
And here's another natural
everything's happening now. Okay, there's some
for you. This striking footage was captured by Air Force pilots in Florida as the hurricane was approaching. It might look like lightning, but it's not. It's St. Elmo's Fire. And tonight, that rare electric event is our moment.
Well, St. Elmo's Fire is a low-grade form of lightning. It's when the air becomes electrically charged, and it's looking to get rid of that charge by connecting with the ground. So what we're seeing in the video is connecting with things that are sticking up from the ground, tops of buildings, towers, antennas, things like that. It's called St. Elmo's Fire because St. Elmo was the patron saint of sailors, and it was from the days of sail with tall ships that sailors saw the rigging and the mast of their ships glowing blue when they were close to thunderstorms, and they thought that it was fire from St. Elmo. They actually thought it was a good omen, but in fact it's an electrical discharge from the atmosphere that is harmless in itself, but it can be a precursor for lightning. So if you are out in a storm and it's approaching and you start to feel a tingle in your skin or your hair starts to stand up or things like that, that's the beginning of St. Elmo's Fire. Get out of the area because a lightning strike could be on its way. Nature never ceases to impress. It doesn't matter what the phenomenon is. Whether it's lightning or St. Elmo's Fire, it just makes you stop and go, wow.
Okay, and notice you said it's not dangerous. So again, this is again cold. It's not hot. It's not like a lightning will just destroy you.
Stand up or things like that. If you are out in an atmosphere that is harmless in itself,
Okay, so it's harmless in itself. Okay.
From the atmosphere.
This is actually fascinating. So again, guys, we're dealing with a phenomenon called cold electricity, which I'm calling it, because I literally don't care. All right, and that's also Ball Lightning. I'm gonna put all these links there. These are some epic links. Okay, so that's. I think there's a Ball Lightning. Okay, so we have that, and then the next one is. I just want to see what this one is. Paula says that is on the windscreen of an airplane. Is that the Ball Lightning holder? But anyways, now we're gonna go to the Willow's Wisp, or the willow. In folklore, a willow the wisp or willow wisp or igneous fetus foolish flame is an atmospheric ghost light seen by travelers at night, especially over bogs, swamps, or marshes. Okay, this is an atmospheric ghost light. Like, what is going on here? Phenomenon in the UK is known by a variety of names: jack-o'-lantern, friar's lantern. Okay, so we're gonna go atmospheric. But be careful lumping in St. Elmo's Fire with the Ball Lightning. Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying, I'm lumping it in with a cold electricity, not Ball Lightning. We fully understood St. Elmo's Fire. Okay, who's we? I don't. Okay, so anyways, I'm lumping it with cold electricity, not Ball Lightning. So basically, there's cold electricity, and then Ball Lightning is a form of it. So they're not together. They're like, it's a category. I'm just putting anything that resembles cold electricity. I'm putting in there. So atmospheric ghost lights are lights or fires that appear in the atmosphere without an obvious cause. Examples include the Onibia, Hitiomotima, and the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, holy, what are all these like different stuff here? Okay, so we got a whole bunch of Will-O-Wisps. It's like, this is kind of what I mean. It's like they don't understand it, but they just categorize it all and then they use it to turn towers to dust and so on. And it's like they know the names of all this, but they just say it's unknown cause. Okay, we have a whole bunch of this stuff. This is okay, I'm gonna set these for another one. I'm just gonna go see what a Will-O-Wisp is. A human soul are balls of fire that mainly float in the middle of the night. They are said to be the souls of the dead that have separated from their bodies. Okay, we are on to some magical stuff here. Anyways, that's I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna close these. I'm gonna go to the Will-O-Wisp, and let's see if there's a recent finding. And these are all recent for some reason. This is mainstream news. 2 million subscribers. CBC News. It's all Canada. What is, let's see, Will-O-Wisp. Atmospheric ghost lights are likely piezoelectric effects from quartz and rock that is being subjected to tectonic movement. Okay, interesting. So we have an expert here. 5 Will-O-Wisp caught on camera. Okay, let's see this. Let's see this caught on camera. Just see when I hate when they put music on. Let's turn this off. And he's got the aliens there. Okay. So, okay, there's a Will-O-Wisp. Okay, so it's just basically strange lights with unknown cause. Okay, that's a weird light. And interesting, 2 days ago, I think I saw like a shooting star or something at night. It was like going, it looked like I thought it was a plane, but I'm like, there's no sound coming. And it's just, all I see is a light, and it was like so I see all the stars, and I see this like light that's moving. It's like a star, but moving. That was a shooting star. Okay, so I think I saw a shooting star on Monday. Okay. So that's a Will-O-Wisp. Holy. I see some other ones. Okay, there's another weird light there. Okay. This is all some eerie 9/11 stuff. Okay, I'm gonna share this. Okay, so we got this one. And again, I always say anything you have experiment like physical evidence is what keeps you grounded in reality. And this is where now we're gonna go over. I need to show you guys. This is absolutely mind-boggling. But I have some issues with my So I downloaded Camtasia. Well, because I have a new phone, and for some reason it just doesn't. The editing software I use for videos doesn't work that well with it. But anyways, here's the video I'm working on, the Atwood machine that I've been telling you guys nonstop. And now we're gonna go over some magnets and repulsion quickly. Okay, so we have 32 minutes in. I'm gonna open this up. This is Atwood machine. Because I'm opening up the Atwood machine. It's experiment 50. So like what I'm saying, always and forever. Get something like, basically, get grounded in reality by actually having physical evidence instead of just words. Okay, so it's opening up. I don't know what's taking so long. Just open up. I got to demonstrate this before my computer blows up. Okay, so I'm showing this because I think we've confirmed Boyd Bushman. Interestingly, Chinese sci-fi writer Liu Nux incorporated ball lightning into 3 body problem as potential military tech and wrote a novel called Ball Lightning set in the same world. Interesting. Hold up, folks. Let me just raise my seat. All right. So yeah, that's very, very, very interesting. Okay, so Stephen is like very knowledgeable on all these matters, and piezoelectric effects and so on. Yeah. So the thing is, like, I was started thinking like generalities, like what again, like piezoelectric effect. That's a specific name given to like what. That's just, it's like when you shake things, electricity somehow comes out for some reason. The question is, what's electricity? Okay, so now. You guys are gonna be the first ones to have ever seen this. This, in my opinion, I think. So I'm not 1,000% certain because my thingy exploded. But I'm gonna be replicating this even more next level. So anyways, guys, I'm working on the experiment 50. We're talking some groundbreaking stuff, guys. Potentially, I just say potentially just because my magnets and repulsion blew up. Okay, so look at this right here. Guys, I can't stress this enough. Okay, guys, everybody focus. This is actually, I think we're on to something absolutely ridiculous right here. All right. In the novel, according to Wiki, they learn how to capture these macro electrons and turn them into a weapon that can destroy targeted types of matter and wood and so on. Oh my goodness, guys, Steven, post that on Telegram. And link in Telegram, please. Holy, that's pretty epic. So yeah, so stuff like that. When you have bombshell info, put it right here, and then like in the reply to this one, and then put it there, and I'll look at that, maybe make a post about it. All right. So anyways, guys, so here is a counterweight. This is 332 grams. Here's magnets in attraction. In attraction. This is attraction. This one is repulsion. Notice how it's all nasty, because that's it is yeah. And I put them both in a bag. So 332 grams, 343. This one, or 44 actually. Yeah, they're pretty close to 44. This one is 1 gram heavier than this. Okay. This is the type of coil you need. 8-inch, 8-in-1. I think you're looking at input. Okay. 100,000 to 1,000,000 volts. Yeah, possibly. Again, it depends on the size. But also, can you do that? Because again, I'm not an electrician. I am. Basically, I am a person that understands logic with mathematics, and then so the key is, if you want anti-gravity, we need to somehow get it done. So here, anyways, guys, we'll get to that in a bit. But look, keep this in mind. This is 1 gram heavier than this, and this is 11 grams heavier than this is the counterweight, and then this one is 344 grams. So this is the same weight roughly as the magnets in attraction. But again, this is actually after my failed gluing attempt, so it might have some effects on it. But anyways, okay. So here's the height. The first one is a height about like 90 centimeters. This is just the magnets in attraction. I'll send you evidence later. Need to find it. Yeah, definitely send in evidence. Put them in the links right here as well. Okay, there's ball lightning in the novel, 2004. My goodness. Okay, so we are on to another level. Okay, epic stuff. Okay, this is 2004. No way. Okay, and okay, this is some destroyed targeted types of matter. Oh my goodness. Anti-technology eco-terrorists. Against them. Okay. So we're on to another level right here. And this is kind of like these connections and so on. This is why I say the world government is global. It's not when everyone blames Israel for everything. I'm like, what are you guys are insane? Israel's a little tiny country that was just formed 100 years ago. All right, anyways, whereas like this, the general genre of world control is in every single country fused into it. Okay, ball lightning research. Ball lightning research using technology developed in the course of ball lightning research. Okay, this is like absolutely mind-boggling. And published in English 2018. So 2004, and then they finally published in English, because they're probably like they weren't allowed to publish in English for a long time. All right, okay, that's one of the most mind-boggling things I've seen in a few seconds, because this is all mind-boggling. Okay, guys, and again, keep this in mind. Okay, this is magnets in attraction about 90 centimeters high, and again, atom machine. I've talked about it many times. And this one is magnets in repulsion. And after 20 minutes, when I was on my computer, it just blew up, like literally blew up. Okay. So that's why I can't replicate it. I can't replicate it yet. I need to glue it again. I'm gonna do like much higher. I'm gonna do like 5 meters higher. I'm doing it on a balcony. Okay. So, and then this is about 91-ish, 92. So it's a tiny bit, a few centimeters higher, like few centimeters, like literally this much. And now this is 91. Yeah, this is the other one. It's a bit higher as well. This is the magnets, and this one's just the dead weight, non-magnets. All right, so here is the experiments. Okay, I think I know how this works. I'm gonna remove. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go visual. Because I'm using Camtasia 2025 now. So where is the? I'm just gonna remove all this. Remove. Delete proxy. How do I get rid of the proxy? Delete proxy video. Basically with proxy, I just realized what proxy videos are. I didn't know why it makes it bad quality. Anyways, this is, okay, now it's good quality. Okay, but this glitches out. Yes, I have an issue with this. It kind of glitches out my S25, but I'll fix that up. Don't worry. But anyways, so this is the magnets in repulsion. This is magnets in attraction. Magnets. I'm working on this edit, and this is the dead weight. Okay. Yeah, why is it glitching out? Okay, so anyways, yeah, so here's the drop. There's the Atwood machine. Basically, you have two pulleys, and so these are all about roughly 10 to 11 grams heavier than the one on the side, so that it goes down slowly, so you could see the fall of gravity more easily, as opposed to getting a really high height. So anyways, I drop it. Yeah, I don't know why it's okay. I have to make a proxy. I don't know why it's taking. I think it's I'm opening a bunch of stuff. Okay, so anyway, I think that's what it is. I'm gonna do a proxy. Create proxy video. Create proxy video. Let's go create another one as well. It basically makes it makes a low version. It's making a low quality version, so that's better editing. Okay, anyways, I think I'm opening so many things right now, and also I'm going to be getting a new computer, but it's a Mac though. My brother has like a super fast computer from work. He's gonna let me buy it for like less than half price. I mean, more than half price. Yeah, more than half price off. He's gonna give it to me, and it's gonna be apparently super fast. It's like this is glitching out. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna export this, and then we'll play export. We'll play it once it's ready. Where's the file? Atwood machine. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go Atwood machine testing or draft. Okay. Whoops. Why is it? Oh, this is made up the new thing. Okay, so Atwood machine. Okay, so then I can close this. Yeah, because it's using the editing software. Okay, so once this renders, we'll play it and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. It's just annoying. Yeah, I forget. Once this is loading, I'll put this right here. Actually, yeah. Okay, that's good. So I could see it. You guys can't see it. Actually, I don't want to show it. Okay, I'll leave it right here. I'll just move it out of the way. Okay, so anyways, let's see what else we had in the show. And then let's see, coherent matter transformation. Yeah, this is. I wanted to read this quickly out here. Coherent energy transformation update. John Hudson and other comments. This is from Bob Greener. I think he had Hudson. Just parts you saw about Hudson. John Hudson. So community consultation ended up a 50-50 split between transformation and combined votes given to reformation and transduction. Okay, this is apparently a better description for observed phenomenon as potential coherent energy transformation. Okay, that's what they call it. Okay, oh, this one here. So John Hudson also sent a pertinent document for us to consider as part of this collective world called ball lightning fusion reactors. Its thinking is older ball lightning events explained as self-sustainable high-density plasma toroids or atmospheric spheromax. But it is a valuable document to consider all the same, given the researchers' credentials mentioned. Clint Seward in 1992, he discovered a new plasma toroid or spheromax that remains stable in atmosphere with no external toroidal magnetic fields for containment. He made this discovery while searching for an explanation to ball lightning. All right, so we gotta get that document there. Yeah, so that's what I want to read, and I do want to go back to this one here. Yeah, so we'll go back on the ball lightning. This is Stephen F1. So I want to read this fully on this plot here. So ball lightning is a hard science fiction. What is that? It was a hard one. Oh, scientific accuracy and logic. Okay, so it's not just all over the place. By Chinese author Liu Cixin, also considered a prequel to the three-body problem. Three-body problem. Holy, this guy's on another level. And encounters an alien civilization. Okay, so he's encountering, portrays a fictional past, present, and future where Earth encounters an alien civilization from a nearby system. All right. That's some, and it's got literally Illuminati with the pedo spiral in the center. The original Chinese language version was published in 2004. In 2008, the English version, translated by Joel Martinson, was published in the U.S. by. Okay, I'm gonna read this, some of this. The novel follows the experience of a first-person protagonist, Zhen, whose family was killed by a ball lightning while he was in high school. Both traumatized and inspired by that experience, he makes the investigation of ball lightning in his life's work, at first getting his PhD in the subject, then exploring the phenomenon through both applied and theoretical research. During his research, military technology researcher Lin Yun recruits him into a weapons development team. With the help of theoretical physicist Din Yi, they discover that ball lightning is now formed by lighting conditions, or rather when lighting encounters macro electrons. Okay, now we're doing exotic vacuum objects, hypercharging the electrons until they express their energies. Basically, this thing, large electrons or electrons when they're all fused together. They learn how to capture these macro electrons and turn them into a weapon that can destroy targeted types of matter, wood, stone, or even microprocessors. After building the weapon and forming a specialized military unit to use the device, they successfully deploy the weapon against anti-technology eco-terrorists who tried to blow up a nuclear plant, but also kill a group of school children that had been held hostage. Jen was distressed that his research has been used to kill people. Disillusioned, Jen leaves the military research group. Din Yi explains to Jen that those killed by macroelectrons, including his parents, exist in a quantum state that can be occasionally influence the world when not observed. Those killed by them. Okay, now we're getting to another level of stuff there. And then the U.S. U.S. uses a similar application of Jen's technology to form tornadoes. Okay, we're going back to this. Using technology developed over the course of his ball lightning research, Jen develops a strategy for tracking tornado formation. Okay, now we got 9/11 and we got hurricanes. American scientists combine that technology with missiles to suppress tornado formation in the American Midwest. When World War breaks out, the U.S. uses a similar application of Jen's technology to form tornadoes as a weapon to destroy naval vessels. Holy. And okay, anyways, this is some epic macrofusion. Yeah, this is some. Okay, I just want to. I'll keep reading because this is like it gets more and more mind-boggling. Living daily life in wartime China, Jen is surprised to one day find that all the microprocessors in the city have been incinerated. Okay, so now we're talking cyber polygon. Didn't you find? So we have we have tyrosine dust in here. Now we have cyber polygons coming. Using ball lightning, interesting. Even advanced tech for that. Okay, so then Ding Yi finds Jen and recounts that he and Len's research group had progressed beyond macroelectrons to find macro nuclei as well. So again, macro, I think what they're saying is either large or they're clusters, creating the possible of macrofusion, which combine the power of conventional nuclear weapons with the matter selectivity of ball lightning. So again, it's all 9/11. The Chinese military, fearing the consequences of such technology, shut down the research, but Lin Young disobeys orders and starts the planned microfusion trial at the cost of her and her followers' lives. The reaction destroyed microprocessors across the vast swath of China, and as the world recognized the power of any future macrofusion events to wipe out advanced weaponry across the theater of war, an armistice is signed. The remains of Lin Yu, despite their publicistic nature, have enough decoherence to sustain a heartfelt conversation with her father. They later deliver an invisible rose to Shen. A photograph in Ding Yi's apartment indicates that Lin Ying's quantum state can even lend temporary visibility to the child victims of the nuclear plant. At the end of the novel, an American ball lightning researcher visits Zhen and they discuss his latest research. The Americans had found that in several trials, ball lightning behaved as though an observer was present, despite the experiment being held deep in a mine shaft with no human observers. Interesting. It says one summer night in 1981, Liu Xin first saw ball lightning during a thunderstorm at the south end of Zonghao Road in Handan City. Okay, again, mind-blowing stuff. All right, so there's a ball lightning stuff. I think John had sent me this ball lightning. Where's that? No, I think I put a link somewhere. And anyways, where's that ball lightning paper? Ball lightning explanation. Okay, this is fusion reactors. Compilation of high-speed locomotive power sources. Okay, where's the ball lightning? Okay, ball. Okay, let's open up some links. Okay, this links. What is going on here? Ball lightning fusion reactors. This is Padraig. Okay, Gary Verstappen. A small portion of ball lightning fusion reactor related innovations has been accumulated after 2 decades of research and collaboration with numerous inventors. Some of these inventions are so radical that they could require tens of millions of dollars to fully exploit. Seems likely that some of these inventions of new energy sources and space propulsion technologies actually work as claimed and are suitable for practical worldwide deployment. An ideal energy source satisfies all these requirements is practical. Okay, this is okay, this is Thomas Fallon. I guess this is alt researchers talking about this word right here. Okay, Timothy Sullivan. I'm coming in late. Matthew, once I saw ball lightning traveling south just behind a tornado on the highway. Interesting. Or epic stuff. Yeah, so again, document these. This is great stuff. So again, I've never seen ball lightning, but I think I saw a shooting star Monday. Or so it was moving. It was like a star moving. I'm like, I thought it was a plane. Oh no, I'm trying to observe if it's a plane. I don't hear any sound. It just looks like a star moving. So again, I think I saw a shooting star. Electron power systems. Okay. Electron power systems has discovered that explanation for ball lightning, and from that has invented and protected it with patents. Ball lightning solution is a self-sustained plasma ring toroid that needs no magnetic rings for confinement. Pairs of balls of these toroids can be created and collide with each other. There's a potential improvement to the colliding plasmoid process developed over the years. So instead of colliding it, you gotta loop them around. Result will be clean energy from one plasma ring of boron colliding with one of protons. Safe, clean, low-cost plasma toroid fusion reactors or generators could range from 10 kilowatts through 1,000 megawatts. All transportation vehicles can be reliably and safely powered with plasma toroid fusion reactors with substantially lower manufacturing and so on. And again, yeah, a lot of stuff is like, yeah, those are big claims, but it's like, just give me something to work with where I can run away and do stuff. Anyways, so I rendered the video. Okay, so I'm going to close this so that it doesn't blow up my computer. Okay, close. So now we're going to go back here. So guys, this, I can't stress enough, I think we've uncovered something absolutely mind-boggling. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my magnets attribute machine. So I'm going to be just editing this out. There's an issue with my phone camera that's like glitching. But the video is fine. Just when I put in the software, it turns out like this. Anyways, so we're going to start off with the 0. Okay, so there it is. So they're all roughly the same. This is probably, I think, 1 or 2, yeah, 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters higher than this. Actually, 1 centimeter, I think. But this is 1 gram heavier than all these. So here it is. And then this is magnets and attraction, magnets and repulsion, magnets, and this is non-magnets. And and then this blew up after, so I'm not 100% sure that these results are true, just because I can't replicate it anymore, because the magnets blew up. I need to glue them again. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be doing this experiment. I'm gonna share this. Once I share this, I'll be doing an experiment with like over my balcony, because I think we're onto something absolutely mind-boggling right here. So anyways, watch this, guys. Just ignore the glitching. That's just an issue I'll need to fix. Okay, so here is, and it drops all the same time. I set these up. This one again, magnets and attraction, repulsion, and dead weight. They're all about 10 to 11 grams heavier than this one. And notice how notice the height there. Yeah, so this touches the ground first. No, this one's already touched the ground. This one hasn't touched yet. This one is right there. So and I put it, and I do this 3 times. So 1, 3.7, 4.1. Again, ignore the glitching. I'm just gonna play this real time. So and then okay, now it's the second test. And notice it goes down slower. I just need to do it again, just to make sure that I need to make it higher thingy so it's even bigger. But it is as the claim was. Just need to do it again, just to make sure that it's not. Oh yeah, it is going down slower. Like I can't stress enough. It is going down. So here's a time frame, 4.1, and then the first one's 4.1, the second is 4. And notice these ones here. This was 3.7 first, and then 3.6. So this is about, yeah. So this is about over 10% slower. And then the question is, I think it is. I think this is the big one. I'm pretty certain. I'll be replicating this on like over the balcony, but like it's the exact same setup. So this went down over 10% slower than its counterpart right here, but then these all went down slower than this one here. So that's interesting. But then also this one here was a failed gluing of the repulsion one. So it's like magnets and attraction, but after a repulsion attempt. But nonetheless, so it looks like the magnets, just normal magnets, go down slower than dead weight. So again, so notice the difference right here. To be able to see this visually, you need to use an attribute machine. Otherwise, you need to get a super high height. So I think this is real. I think this is a real thing. So this is, look, it's just going down slower, tiny bit slower. I'm gonna go get a yes, I'll put it over the balcony. Like it'll be like 3 or 4 of these, so that it'll be undeniable. But this is, I think it's the big one, guys. I can't stress enough, guys. I think we're literally onto something mind-boggling. I'm gonna go frame by frame, frame by frame. Right when this hits, I just want to see when this hits. There it is. It's still up in the air. Notice that it's still up. Okay, I think we're done. We're done, guys. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot just so you guys preview. This is the first time, never before seen. Never before seen. Okay, ever. This has never been done the way attribute machine. And I'll just put a quiet thing. Okay, nobody said anything to anybody. We've literally cracked the code. And think of it this way. So it goes down a tiny bit slower, but what this means is magnets in repulsion, which I'm pretty sure this is like yeah, this is the real deal. Goes down slower against gravity. So then the question is it interacting with the Earth's magnetic field and so on? So basically, what does it mean fully? And then if we could use electromagnets and again, like it ramp up the propulsion to like infinite, or do some other configurations. But the idea is like this kind of setup is the real deal. So what if you use magnets and I mean electromagnets, put a bunch of coils around it in different configurations, and enhance that magnetic field, and then just like just to have it levitate somehow. So anyways, that is epic stuff, and I'm gonna keep pushing on this until it gets like, until it makes it like absurdly obvious. Anyways, continue further here. I'm gonna go back into the Hutchison part here, where Bob Greener is talking about the article out of the paper that John Hutchison sent him, and this is one discovered a new plasma toroid. New plasma technology to lift payloads into orbit with, this is those are claims there. Valerie, okay. I'm just gonna put this right here. I think we've done enough. Okay, and then I go back into this part here. This is that. I'm gonna open up these. What is this one? UAP watchers. Which one is this? Oh yeah, this one here. I was gonna share as well. So apparently there's a fire at Area 51. A fire has broken out inside the boundaries of Area 51, and our cameras are capturing it in real time. So apparently there's literally a fire going on right now. And this is like live now, or 6 a.m. a few hours ago. So this is some wild stuff. And there's Area 51, and for those Timothy, I think you would like this as well. For those who don't know, I think what's happening here is they're burning all of the Stephen Greer photos. So if you haven't seen, Stephen Greer is important message has been notified. Yeah, so Stephen Greer posted last year. It's important message. We've been notified that a false character assassination will soon be launched against Dr. Stephen Greer by corrupt interests wishing to stop the upcoming disclosures. This has been expected from now terrorists, and it's not safe for work. Well, I'll just show one quick bit of it. Apparently, apparently that's him. It looks identical like him. That is his gay bio for some gay dating app or something. Anyways, Stephen Greer, and he posts this saying he's saying there's a character assassination attempt because of his disclosure, or it's because or it's real and you're just, and it's literally just you doing your thing. And it's also similar to the Jake Shields. Again, a lot of these, like Jake Shields, I used to watch him in a UFC when I used to watch UFC for a few years, and yeah, Jake Shields was fighting GSP, and then apparently he's also a little bit wild. And so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what's going on with these alt media characters, and also Ian Carroll. He's also flamboyant AF. So I think the frogs in the water, I mean the chemicals in the water are not just turning the frogs gay, they're also turning the alt media influencers. And then remember, even Alex Jones, trans. So it's like, so Alex Jones literally spotted with trans corn, and he has like this Blair White trans woman, like I think he's sitting on his lap too and so on. So again, Alex Jones has been drinking the same thing frogs have been drinking. Okay, so again, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, guys. I just don't even know what's going on. Anyways, so we have that going on. This guy says that is not Greer. Okay, this guy's saying it's not Greer at all. That is part of a smear campaign the IC launched against Stephen Greer in the 1990s. In the 90s? Wait, that was the 90s. This is a very old. This is the 1990s. Okay. They're turning the frogs, yeah. Same girl, Jack, amphibian, yeah. That is a very old story in the 90s. Greer spoke about it in his Dead Man Trigger. Okay, Dead Man Trigger. Oh, wow. Didn't know it was... Alright, let's do it laughing. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this guy, I think is like, okay, this is 1990s. Okay, this is wild. Okay, so it's real. So it's real. Okay, so this guy's saying, Brokeback UFO. Okay, so anyways, I'm not looking at this Brokeback UFO stuff. Anyways, there was some other stuff right here. I'm gonna open up this one now. Okay, this is Natalie Richards post on Substack. I saw this actually on Threads. Okay, this is a leopard, and it's gonna stand on his hind legs. Holy. I want to watch. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. Alright, let's go. Can y'all do that? I don't think so. Oh, I'm doing that. Okay, we're standing. Okay, so Cat's standing. Ampere's law. Okay, we'll do this later. I was gonna look at this, but I didn't have time. Cause yeah, and Drew, trust good. Let me know if you're in. If you're ready. I just want to go one more. I just want to see if there's anything else going up here. Does lightning go up or down? Okay, this was another. Okay, so since it's part of ball lightning, let's keep going with this one.
Branching paths called leaders. This bidirectional leader, one end negative, the other positive, lengthens and branches out as it taps into the charged regions of the storm. Here's video from a high-speed camera showing a bidirectional leader growing in a cloud. These in-cloud leaders can move in any direction, up, down, and sideways. Leaders can branch.
So this is like similar to the St. Elmo's fire. Okay, interesting. So it's like St. Elmo's fire, just precursor to lightning.
For dozens or even hundreds of miles across large thunderstorm complexes. Lightning strikes the ground when one end of this bidirectional leader, usually the negative end, heads towards the Earth. Here's what that looks like on a high-speed camera at 1500 frames per second. So lightning striking the ground moves downward, right? Yes, but that's only part of the story. When the descending leaders get close to the ground, one or more upward leaders form on grounded objects and grow toward the descending leader. When one of these upward leaders connects with a branch of the downward leader, the electrical connection from ground to cloud is complete. This is when a massive, sudden, white-hot surge of current, called a return stroke, races back up to the cloud through the channel. Most of this process happens way too fast for the human eye to discern. What we and most of our normal video cameras can see is just the bright return stroke phase of lightning. But modern high-speed video cameras can show the progression of lightning leaders in vivid detail. These cloud-to-ground bolts were filmed at 6,000 frames per second. You can see the negative leaders descending to the ground, then the bright return stroke when the connection is made. In this shot, you can see the return stroke current pulse racing upward through the channel. This still photo shows some of the unconnected upward leaders near the final strike point. This strike to the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, filmed at 1500 frames per second, shows the downward moving leaders and the upward moving leader just before they connect for the final strike. So when it comes to lightning, there are a lot of ups and downs. But that's not all. Lightning can also start at the tops of tall objects and move upward into a storm cloud. This is called ground to cloud or upward lightning. It's commonly seen from tall towers, skyscrapers, mountain peaks, and even wind turbines. Upward lightning begins as a leader starting at the tip of a tall object, growing skyward. Most upward lightning to tall objects consists of positive leaders. Finally, this video from Chicago shows it all. Upward lightning starting from 3 of the skyscrapers at the same time, then a downward strike hitting Lake Michigan behind the city, then sideways leaders crawling across the sky. Upward, downward, and sideways lightning, all happening in less than 1 second.
Holy! So that's under a second. You see all this stuff happening. So again, it looks like there's a leader, or like basically a discharge going in that connects. Yeah, sometimes they connect one, and then the other one can connect, and then the actual lightning it's a big discharge. It's fascinating. Retro Sports, are you gonna post any more 9/11? Any more things about 9/11? What do you mean? I post every single day about 9/11. What more do you need? I will be posting more, especially as we get closer to 9/11. A lot of the streams will just be about 9/11 once we get into September. Hey Matthew, there's another famous NDE guy in Catskill, Scotstown, who's a physician who was struck by lightning. His brains got rewired and he woke up. A pianist composer. Interesting. Get him on the show. Okay, so 9/11 stuff. And again, the other part is you can search up 9/11 here. I have a bunch of infinite stuff here. Oh yeah, I was going to go over some 9/11 one is... oh, first of all, again, David Hughes, he's trying to distance the Hudson effect from 9/11. That's just bad news bears. I want to go show this one here. I just want to open up these. I'm going to open up these links, see what's interesting, and then we'll go to Drew. If Forsen doesn't pan out, we could ask the physician. Yeah. Okay. Now also Paul Mueller is back on the stream. I mean, back on the Over Unity project, and he's setting up his tent and so on. Anyways, I'm gonna. Okay, I'll say it. Epic stuff, Paul. Looking forward to it. David Hughes printing the Hutchinson effect is a single effect. Yeah, definitely. And he also lies about that post. He literally says, "Why is there only that one steel?" I'm like, that's just an exhibit that is showing one steel. I'm like, what? There's like a lot of other bent ones that are similar. No, he's definitely a disinformation. It's like his role is to lead the movement. So that so now he talks a bit about 9/11. Now he's going to talk about all this omni war and mumbo jumbo and get everybody scared and so on, and then give them no solutions, which is a Hutchinson effect. Anyways, so, okay, Paul Mueller is getting ready to go experiment. Okay, guys, and again, this part here, I can't stress enough. Oh, where did it go? Oh, it was, that's on the links chat. Okay, now I'm gonna delete this one. No, this is the comments right here. Where did it go then? Okay, then I didn't put it properly. This one right here. Okay, I'm gonna put that. I'll put a link to it. Okay, this is, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Where's the link? Okay, there's no photo there. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. So again, this is, I can't stress enough. I think we literally cracked practical anti-gravity. This is practical in terms of, like, proving to, like, any physicist out there in the world. Like, this is, like, like, this is, if this is what I think it is, this is, like, Nobel Prize where they can't deny it because it's right there in your face. David is pretending, anyways. Yeah, if Royston doesn't pan out, we could ask the physician. Yeah, definitely. You can ask him both. You can ask him now because the thing is, we could all just tell him in the future stream. So you could ask that. Okay. I'm gonna open up the rest of these, and then we'll get to the stuff here. Finally, new lab. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Finally, tarp. Ball lighting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. This is apparently these guys were replicating the Graviflyer experiments. I didn't have a chance to go look at this.
Right now, we're at about 30.
Sticks, his arm, his hand.
War.
Okay, apparently they're gonna try to replicate it, but again, Tim Ventura, yeah, there's something. He also hangs out with the alien scientist crowd, so I don't know what's going on here. And I think he interacts with Ashton Forbes. Something's going up. And I don't think they were talking about it, but I don't think they did anything. Okay, anyways, inventions nominated. Okay, oh, this was here. Inventions nominated for federal assistance. This is nominated. So, ball lightning reactor. Okay, so that's something very fascinating. I'm gonna copy this. Put it right here. Okay. What's this one here? Part 3 or 4. Okay, this is part 3 of plasmoid gas. I think actually we'll do this for next one. Next week I'll do what is plasmoid. So plasmoid. This is a paper that references Christopher Bolin. Bolin, who literally was talking about laser beams, but also he was also, I think, one of the first person to coin the phrase Jewish space lasers. So again, and then now he talks about I think thermite or explosives, all mumbo jumbo. So Christopher Bolin, 2002, laser weapons in the collapse of the World Trade Center, February 14th, literally not even a full year, literally just like 4 months or 4 or 5 months later, he's talking about, believes a laser weapon, again, focusing on this nonsense lasers and so on, as immense clouds of concrete dust. No, I mean like steel dust, and burning dust and so on, and dark energy weapons, and then Israel's laser weapon. Okay, watch out. For the guy that was asking about 9/11, retro, search 9/11 on my Telegram. For the latest. So basically, I post on Telegram first, and then I share it later. So post, then I can do videos on and so on. But anyways, all the links in there. I use it to save all the links and so on. So search it for the latest. You can search a whole bunch of 9/11 stuff. And another part, I think I covered this before. Oh yeah, there's a lot on the passengers and so on. So a lot of the passengers, a lot of them are just like missing. They're calling people like after they're allegedly dead and so on. So search for 9/11. There's 1,800 messages about 9/11. So again, you can never get enough 9/11. Okay, so this part here, I'm gonna save this. Hello, Matthew, John, Evo, blessing. Let's go. Okay, EVO, blessing. EVO or exotic vacuum objects, or Mr. EVO, or both. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna power through. I think the Substack. Okay, someone had a message. Yeah, again, I get like infinite messages. Interesting weather we are having. Yeah, definitely. Okay, this guy is sending me a bunch of infinite golden ratios. He saw my Gene Manning stream. Merely spinning an aluminum disc fast enough will result in anti-gravity. Yeah, I know, but is there like an actual demonstration I can watch? A lot of people say that. And I think there is a truth to that, but it's like, where is it? Spinning. Looking forward to the plasma. Okay, both. Okay, let's go. Looking forward to the plasmoids. Yeah, I'll do the plasmoids next week. Yeah, this one apparently spinning it. I'm gonna put this in the link. I'll go over those later. And if we have time, we'll go it again. But again, I just want to finish these quickly because we're gonna get Drew, when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. Real challenge of emerging signs. I think this is. I think I put this right here. They were talking about again the different types of plasma. They're trying to get these plasma. They had this like vortex-like plasma formation, plasma toroids, and so on. But yeah, I do want to know what a plasmoid is. Okay. And then, but this person is, I think she's also a gatekeeper. So it's like, she's a gatekeeper and she also says cold fusion's not real, so it's like, why is he sharing her? Ready when you are? Yeah, just 1 second. Oh, I'm almost, I just want to see Unlimited Garage. So really this guy...
interested in new world-changing...
Apparently this guy has like a free energy device. Power to passion, release for humanity, open source, high voltage, pulse motor, clean energy systems designed to operate in open systems, harvesting energy directly from the environment through magnetic field collapse and vacuum energy interactions. Okay, so I haven't had a chance. If anybody can watch this, and I'll do it, otherwise I'll do it later. And apparently it creates free energy, or so on. In this, what you'll see in this episode, why isn't this Ethereum what is happening? A beautiful. Okay, so that's there's a few more. Okay, anyways, it's like just tell me what I want. This one is okay. This is a bit out of there. And then okay, last part, and then I'm gonna go wash up, and then we'll go do the show. Murbucca collapses into swastika magnetic field. Interesting stuff there. Okay. So this guy right here, this is the William guy that I did some videos laughing at about the Ashton Forbes mumbo jumbo. So apparently, so this guy here, Bitcoin Clown, he messaged me. Whoops, I'm gonna go right here. This is on the magnet drop test in that Paul Mueller filmed for me, where it drops much slower in repulsion, and actually I'll read this one later then. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so this guy right here. It was talking about asymmetric magnetic systems that are flying with magnetism. I bet I could turn the frame of any car into electromagnetic and do the same thing to the entire chassis. But anyways, he said check out Matthew Solutions. He's doing experiments with forced opposed magnets. So I did that, and it drops again 70 to 95% slower than versus attraction glued together. 95%, unbelievable. Yes, slower than that, and that's just using a 6-foot tube. It's a Bedini motor tap off the ground. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's what it is. Bedini, I didn't know. Okay, drop test right here. And then do you want to know why it works, or would I like to explain it? I said explain it anyways. Has forearms that extend out in the spiral. I've heard that was original symbolism for the swastika. Interesting. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over, or actually right here. Okay, now he has a full explanation right here with this drawing somehow he made. North. This doesn't happen actually. This shape isn't what actually happens. It separates into two. It becomes one top, one bottom. So I don't know what he's doing here. Fields of permanent magnets, we can engineer them to do things. Where's picture do? The poles meet in the middle. When you smash the like poles together on the z-axis, pressure mediation leaves the field only one place to go, squirting out to the side like a pancake, widening and flattening the field as it extends well beyond. Yeah, that's not actually what happens. So yeah, you could unless actually no, the actual depends on what you mean by the magnetic field. What is this drawing he's doing? Anyways, that'll be for another one. I'll share this one here. I thought it was pretty interesting. This is the guy that did that famous rant, one of the most famous rants of all time. Again, to illustrate who that is. Okay, so this guy tagged me. Yeah, so Bitcoin Clan, long-time supporter. So check out Matthew Solutions. He's currently doing experiments with force opposing magnets, and he says, "Do you know why it works?" Congratulations! Okay, epic stuff. Congratulations on your experiments. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that experiment was absolutely epic. So, and then he says, this cracks me up. Yeah, so he says, I know who he is. He said, check out. He says, I know who he is. He said something else earlier. He said, we know each other. He's a prickly pear, that one. Okay, so I'm shaped like the earth. Sharp and sweet. Yeah, definitely. And now, if I go right here, so he shared it as well. So he really likes the video because I think he's like some sort of a agent or something, or we're just doing this for the fun. So added the Williams soundtrack to the orb through the contrails hoax video.
Break and form. One of the orbs dives through the trail coming off of the plane, and you can clearly see the smoke break and form whirlpools. I find that to be a ridiculous and horrible. Newtonian automatically Newtonian goddamn moron. You are the problem. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so this guy is the one giving us tips now on how to do this. Okay, so that's this guy. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And last one, I'm gonna go watch him. Okay, William. Where is the okay? Yeah, apparently we're besties now. And this guy right here. I made a meme about him.
A ridiculous and horrible. I find that to be a ridiculous and horrible answer.
All right, epic stuff. Okay, anyways, yeah, Timothy Sullivan, thanks for the cash money. Okay, I'm gonna go watch him, and then I'll join you in the I'll join Drew in the call. Okay, I'll be back, and I should play a video while we go. Actually, yeah, since we're in there, might as well just play this. Yeah, I'll play the William one. Anyways, so William is I'm gonna read his magnetism stuff here, but nonetheless, this is one of the funniest things I've seen. We'll play this right here.
One of the orbs dives through the trail coming off of the plane, and you can clearly see the smoke break and form whirlpools. I find that to be a ridiculous and horrible answer. I mean, really, the compression rate and blah, blah. Dude, I've never seen an effect like that anywhere else, and it lines up perfect with Newtonian physics. Like, what are you talking about? Some magical little thing, little hiccup in the video because two things crossed, and all of a sudden we got Newtonian physics. No, that's not how anything works. It's you that can't handle the smoke I'm blowing your way. It is the important detail. It is the detail of details in that video. In that whole video, that is the one spot where it proves which way it goes. Is it right or is it wrong? That spot. That spot's where you prove it. Dude, you're seriously telling me it's been debunked because of movies? Because of movies? That's why it's been debunked? It's not that big a detail. It's the detail. So that's your only answer. It's debunked because movies. You've said a bunch of gibberish about compressing and this and that. A bunch of stuff you don't actually know about. You're guessing. You're saying, oh, the algorithm did it. Okay, how's the algorithm work? You don't know how the algorithm works. Apparently, you don't know how Newtonian physics works either, because an orb doesn't just go through smoke and then boom, automatically Newtonian physics pops out. It's not just some compression made Newtonian physics pop out. That's not how anything works. It blows around like real smoke. That's not some compression artifact. Okay?
What do you mean Newtonian physics? Where are you getting this?
Okay, let's say I blow a cloud of smoke, right? And then I throw a ball through it. The smoke reacts a certain way in accordance with Newtonian physics. F equals ma. This is easy. The ball goes through the smoke, and the smoke reacts like smoke. It is. Only one thing moves like that. It's magnetism. I've written 100 fucking papers on it. This isn't come on.
Okay, anyways, that's one of the funniest things. I just don't even know what's going on anymore. Okay. Greer isn't who people tell you is. He's a good man. No, he's not. We'll get back. He covers up 9/11. He's a very bad man. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I want to share the Greer 9/11 revisionist. Substack. Like, what is Substack 911? My goodness. Okay, I just want to go to the Greer one. Okay, okay, I think, was it this one here, Greer? Where's the one that he shared last time? I don't understand what is going on here. Just 1 second. Greer. Okay, where's the article? Full article. Like, I don't understand why there's the article. Okay, where's 9/11 revisionist when you need him? Why is this? Why can't I just search Greer on your Substack and then find the best one, Stephen Greer? Okay, super secret weapons, is that probably it then? Oh, yeah, this was the earlier one there. We went over that. Okay, I think it's probably this one. Okay, he covers up 9/11. He's a very bad man. Okay, so anyways, I'll join the call. Oh, that's my. Is that Teams or phone call? That was the wrong one. Okay, this is the Teams. Okay. Yeah. So Drew, I am in. I'm gonna join it right now. Unified field, join. Okay, I'm gonna go in now. Join computer audio. Use Yeti mic. Let me know if it works. Okay. Admit. Okay, so you're in. Drew, you're in. Hello? Your camera isn't working. No worries. It's on my... It's being recorded on the other part. On the other part. Can you hear me? Drew? Is that a fox? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Yeah. Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, let's go.
Hey. Hey.
All right.
All right, cool.
No, it's good. Let me ask the audience if they can hear you. Can you guys hear Drew? Can y'all hear Drew? Okay. Yeah, you can just start talking and stuff just to test it out. Oh, there you are. All right, epic stuff.
Oh, can you see me?
Yeah, I can hear. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I can only show my camera one time. It's showing on the I can't. Yeah, I can't turn it on because it's already showing on the live stream. So
I see.
Otherwise, I have to like turn it off and then open it. I could probably do that. Yeah, I'll just do that. See if I can do that. Otherwise, I have to close it and open. Webcam. Let's go off. Okay. Or I need to. Yeah. So yeah, I can't do it. I'll have to like close the streaming service and then open it, but then I close the stream. All right. So anyways.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. So you could see my face only in the stream. Okay. So there's Drew. Okay. Epic stuff. Nice to meet you. And if you wanna tell.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. And if you wanna tell audience something, just about a brief bio about you. I think you said you're an aerospace engineer. Or worked in aerospace. Worked in aerospace. Yeah, worked in aerospace.
No.
No. You were the butcher. I think you're the butcher.
Yeah, I'm actually a butcher by trade. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got to mix up because I think because I have a stream in a few weeks or in a month with I think someone that was in the aerospace engineering field. But I think you said you also did aerospace stuff or research or.
Yeah, so I did get involved with some engineers for a few projects that I had, and I've kept close contact with them. Hey, and it's just, I guess, after a little while, I decided to get into some other things, and I had some theories, and I decided to test them, and some things that didn't make sense to me, so I kept going with it, and I eventually arrived where I'm at now. It started with black holes. The standard model, and I just began to ask more questions and wonder what are the real variables that we should be using, and I ended up coming up with mostly electromagnetism. Consciousness, of course, is a variable that I think actually has a pretty profound effect on the field. But electromagnetism, and you can see that in so many different things in our reality, and like from the atomic level all the way up to galactic level, things seem to arrange in a particular pattern, and how they arrange also is determined by their chemical makeup, what minerals they're made out of, like gold for one. That's highly conductive. It also has properties that I believe to have permissivity to consciousness, which I believe is why the ancients revered it so much, or surrounded themselves with it. But within my some of my papers, I tried to come up with equations that fit, that you could see the correlations and hopefully test. And and that's what I hope to do.
All right, yeah, that's great. I was gonna, I was gonna ask, basically the testing part is a big one for me, just because it's like, I have like fleeting theories about this stuff, but it's like to ground myself in reality, I just like, that's why like I focus on the experiment, and so. But
Yeah.
and let me know if I should like, if you want to share a screen, or do you want me to share a screen? I could go over your papers here, or how do you want to?
Go ahead, go ahead. I've got mine up as well.
So that's, if you want to walk it through us, or how do you want to go about? Because you wrote a lot of papers, and basically if you can like somehow introduce it slowly to us, and like spoon feed us.
Sure. I'll do my best. My day started very early, so I'll try.
Oh, what time is it, and where are you at right now?
I'm in New York. It's 2:25 right now. My day started at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Holy, so you're
Yeah. No, Wednesdays I get up early, but it works out because I get to watch your stream. So.
Okay, no, it's great. Yeah, great to be on that. And New York.
So
I was gonna say
yep.
New York, as well. So have you visited the 9/11 site like often, or how far away are you from?
No, honestly, I actually try to stay away from New York City as much as possible. It's just, I mean, I've been there in the late 90s, and I think I came through briefly a couple times after 9/11, but I never got a chance to see Ground Zero. But when it was happening, I was in 6th grade, and they pulled us all into a classroom, and we got to watch it live, at least what they wanted to show us anyway. So it was, I remember everybody in my classroom, they were gasping, and they were, obviously perfectly fine with us going to war because of who they thought was involved.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it definitely, making sure that all the children of the country saw this, it definitely radicalized a lot of us. So, but yeah, let's go. Let's take a look.
So up to you. Up to you. You want to share your screen, or do you want me to open it? It's whatever you think is.
Start with open up step-by-step solutions. This was
no, because you can share your screen. I mean, you could share your screen if you want. Oh. So you can click the share button, and then you could. Oh,
I see.
Yeah. So then the audience could see your screen, and I can see your screen. Yeah.
Let's see.
Just because it'd be easier. Just because.
Yeah. Let's see. Google Drive. Okay. Can you still see it?
Okay. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay. So this is kind of this took some time to. Some of this stuff you could see down here, I did in the very beginning, and it came up with questions about black holes and such, and I just kind of worked my way around to like anti-gravity, what is gravity to begin with, and what actually causes it to happen. So as far as the consciousness, I think that's the biggest thing I'm trying to introduce, or I suppose reintroduce, the idea that consciousness actually has an effect, and it's reactive to other people and consciousness within the field around it. And you could see this in experiments like Thomas Young's double slit experiment, where it will be a waveform when unobserved, and it will basically, the particles will begin to straighten out and travel in a straight line when they are observed. And I think there was another experiment that kind of showed awareness within the field, as opposed in relation to how it reacts when, say, if somebody intends to come back to look at it. So it's interesting. If I could find that, I will. But overall, I think that, let's say, we'll do this for starters. Permissivity of consciousness in certain materials. I think that was a very important, thing.
Can you zoom in? Just zoom in a bit, just so that it's easier. Yeah, zoom in for just. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
And if you can also like is explain in like some practical terms what we could use some of these examples for, and so on. Like,
So I think that there is actually, if you want, I can show you some of the testable things. That might actually be more up your alley.
yeah, yeah, because I want to make a note, just because when we're up against like the mainstream, it's like there
You need
needs
to be able to prove it.
well, not just prove it. We need to be able to make it better than like so that people in the mainstream that have all the money and universities and so on, that they're actually being able to pull themselves out from there. So that's
Right,
right. So we got to be better than them, because again, a car runs on just on oil and whatnot, and they can go and buy the latest one, even if you had an electrical. If you were making an
Yeah.
electric car and it wasn't anywhere near, they really don't care. Like they want whatever's right there at the store.
Yep. So I had some ideas, and this was, some ways that we could possibly test inertia reduction, which I think with your Atkins device, you actually came up with some very interesting.
No, that's
rules.
Atwood.
Or Atwood.
Atwood machine. That's
yep,
with
sorry.
that was with the magnets and repulsion. Yeah.
That's some very interesting results you got from that. And if it's replicatable, you could possibly scale it up and do some more interesting things with that. I don't have any way personally to test it myself, because I don't have superconductors or liquid nitrogen or things like that. But so I think if we took a superconducting rotating ring, exposed it to a controlled high-frequency rotating magnetic field.
Yeah.
It should exhibit.
Can you just zoom in a bit? Just zoom in. Whenever you open the thing,
sure.
think about like for our audience, everything needs to be zoomed in. So it's hard to.
Can you see it well now?
Yeah, I can see it. Well, even if a bit more zoomed in, just so like all the sides gone. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Gotcha.
So basically, like read as it is. Just and then now just so the audience could be able to see. Like I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says
Okay.
testable.
So
yeah, go on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I thought of, a superconducting rotating ring exposed to a controlled high-frequency rotating magnetic field will exhibit measurable reduction in inertial resistance compared to a non-coherent material under the same conditions. So by non-coherent, I'd mean maybe an amorphous solid like plastics or things where their atomic structure is more mangled. It's less uniform. It doesn't naturally form that way. It could be from compression or how it was manufactured, but then you compare that torque required to spin up the superconductor versus copper ring at cryogenic temperature under identical electromagnetic field strength. I would expect that it would show lower energy required per unit angular acceleration when local consciousness is high. So my idea is that when there's more, you could say there's a correlation between conductivity and permissivity to consciousness. I would, just from the things that I found with my equations and the steps that I went through to get there, I think that there's a correlation, and I think that consciousness kind of seems to want to interact through electricity or through electrical signals, which is, the idea is that, well, your whole body runs on electricity, right? And I think that it's just like what your body's made out of matters. Like it's like your cerebrospinal fluid, your plasma, all these things, it can conduct just enough. And it seems to me that might be how or where it's contained, just as a side note.
Okay, and then the question I have about this, so when local consciousness, is that the people witnessing it, or is that the actual objects? Or how are you, can you like define what this local consciousness is?
I would say perhaps ambient, but both. So when as far as like the local consciousness goes, I would say it knows when it's alone. So or because it can tell when you're observing it versus when you're not observing it. So why would it not know that it's alone as well? But or at least that's my idea of it. So
No, I understand, but I'm asking in terms of like an experiment setup because so that's the expected result. But like, how do we? So what's what would be the control experiment, and then what's the one afterwards? Because you're gonna do there's an expected result, and so you're spinning it up, and yeah, that's another part about this rings like, so you're spinning up. Is there a speed to get to and so on, or how are you?
Oh, good question. Honestly, I assumed it would that the thing that we would want to, or well, I would assume that it would be easier to spin up, like it would take less torque over time.
Okay.
And I think that was demonstrated in one of those videos that you showed. In a way, these guys, they had a barbell and they were spinning it around, and then he was able to lift it in such a way effortlessly.
Yeah.
I think it's a similar principle. And this was before I had even seen that video, I think. So it could just be an experiment as simple as that. It doesn't have to be, I suppose it doesn't have to be, superconducting rotating ring. You could probably try it with other materials, just like some of the other designs that I came up with. I also came up with different materials that you could potentially use for it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, yeah. So basically, my question is like, is if someone was conducting an experiment, they would need or like designing one. So basically, like to get this expected result, we need to have some sort of control, or according to this theory, would it be that every time you do it, you're going to have different energy requirements because the consciousness would be different. That's another way of proving it.
That's a good point.
So basically what I'm trying to say is like, how do we prove the expected result? There's one way is you have a control. There's like no one's there, and another one you have a bunch of people there thinking about it. Another one would be putting a lot of high consciousness material around it, like gold. So you have to put a bunch of gold.
Yeah. That's a really good idea, actually. Good thinking.
So that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, if you don't have access to this one, maybe it's just something else, like spinning a gyroscope.
Yeah, true.
So stuff like that.
If I could get that off the ground, that'd be nice.
So like, think outside the box, and then you could even ask AI or Grok AI or ChatGPT to like, what is some simple, like easy to obtain methods of experimenting? You'll be surprised at the results they might help out with.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'll check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, because it reminds me of the Tesla coil experiments I'm doing with the Hudson effect. I'm just still scared because I'm not sure if you've seen it or not. So I have a Tesla coil. If you have headphones on, like how me and you have right now, if you touch a Tesla coil, like when it's just when it has a spark, if you just touch it with a spoon, your ears almost explode. So you can
okay.
So you can hear it. You can hear the buzzing when it's on. You can hear like and then when you touch it, you can hear this. And so it's like I'm like okay. I'm like, so if it does that to my ears, I'm not gonna work with it until I have a Faraday cage. So
yeah, that's fair.
But like
that's smart.
It is like we're talking ear jumps. So get a Tesla coil. Just put your headphones on, and you could use it as a detector though, which is pretty cool. So
that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Actually, you could get some Faraday cloth for pretty cheap price from Amazon.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that, or make it myself because I have a Faraday cage for my phone. It's pretty. It works pretty good. Put it in there.
Yeah, very nice.
You lose all reception.
Yeah. Did you the quartz pyramid thing? We didn't get a chance to really talk about that, and I think John Hutchison actually made something very similar. And I think you brought that up when I first mentioned this. And I do want to still try this. I have I did buy some quartz, and it wasn't the size that I expected it to be. So I've got some more coming, and I have a voltmeter, and I'm gonna see what kind of what kind of charge I can get from squishing some quartz in between a couple pieces of silver in my press. So I still want to do that, and it's going to be pretty low current. But if you were to take something like a capacitor and store it up, and then discharge the capacitor, you could actually get some jolts of electricity from that. At least I think so. But yeah, I'd like to give this a try and see about this piezoelectricity with the quartz. Because my theory remains, I still do think that that there was quartz used a very long time ago to generate electricity. So so I think that there could be something to that.
Yeah, and can you explain exactly how this is? Because yeah, it is very similar to the one I sent about the crystal converter. So John Hutchison would grind up. That's what he did. He would grind up a bunch of material and
ground it up, huh?
No, he would like break them all. He would break them all up, and then heat it up. I think he would heat it up and then send a like high voltage to it as it's cooling, so that it regains its energy.
Solidity.
I could send I could send you I think I've sent you there's a tutorial that Nancy Hutchison makes on how to make it. She's in her kitchen showing how to make it.
Very interesting.
I'll send you a link there, Nancy Lazarian, and then so tutorial or crystal converter. She has a tutorial on how to make it. How to build how to build Hutchison experiment. And there's John dressed as a he's doing his best host impression as a drag. Okay. I'll send this to you on I'll put it in the links chat here, and I'll send it to you as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So definitely, I won't, so she sent me when I visited there. She actually gave me like a few of hers that she made. So it does give some voltage, but it's like microamps. So I'm trying to get how to get the amps up high, and so on. But here is the gist of it, and it's like Epsom salt, and then you would
certain
high voltage.
That your hands off the side, especially if you can take.
And she tells you melt it in and then put them together, and you can get a voltage reading.
Gives them a boost of energy.
Cool.
So yeah, you can check that out.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. So that is something all right. Yeah, so go back here, and then if you can explain exactly how you do this one here, test that pyramids use, and then how do you build this pyramid?
Okay. So I'm suggesting, you want to know how I would build the pyramids, you're saying?
Oh, no, this one here, because it says hypothesis that the pyramids used... Oh, no, so you're hypothesizing pyramids use quartz and gold to harness piezoelectric properties. That'd be another cool thing. Like, if you can demonstrate that in a tabletop little thingy, that could go a lot of way.
I hope to. I mean, honestly, I think that it's such a simple way to generate some kind of current, and if you had a lot of it and you were able to interface it with a conductive metal, I really think that you could get quite a bit of juice out of it. And let's say, the scale of the pyramids, definitely, especially, but obviously, that's quite an undertaking. So I'm doing it on a small scale. So I'll see what I can get out of that. I think that'll be a pretty cool little project.
Yeah, definitely. I also have a Giza pyramid playlist, which someone sent me about some very interesting mathematical correlations.
Okay.
So I have one. I'm like, this is it's very unlikely to be coincidence. I have some of those.
Very few things are, I think, now.
Yeah, and that's why. But going back to this one, how do you? So you have the materials there, but and how are you going to construct? Are you going to make an actual mini pyramid, or what do you actually?
No, so I've got a press that I can use, and I will take 2 silver coins. I'll sand them down so that they're nice and flat, and I'll take the quartz, and I'm going between 4 and 6 millimeters, just optimal for its size and for the size of the experiment. I'll take some wire, and my press is metal, so I'll have to put some kind of rubber or sorbothane in between them to buffer it. But if I think I could put up to 500 foot-pounds of pressure or something. I'll have to double check. I did work out how much it'll actually take before the quartz gets smashed. But I'll push it as far as I can and see if I could get some kind of reading from my voltmeter on the pieces of silver. And if not, I could try to scale it up and try again, or yeah,
Okay.
try different materials.
Oh, so basically you sand silver coins and then you smash them together at like 500 pounds or more.
With the quartz in between.
Oh yeah, with the
them, yep.
quartz. Okay, there's a flat quartz is in between, and then you want to expect to get a reading. So yeah, that'd be an amazing one. So if you get on that, that you can make it on my MES experiments playlist if you don't mind.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. I contacted the original people that I got the first pieces of quartz from, and I asked them if they could, make me particular sizes, and so we'll see. We'll see if they can't. There's other sources, so I can see what I can do.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that'd be amazing to observe there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's see. As far as the consciousness, it's.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how would you test that? Because have you heard of Rupert Sheldrake? I think he talked about. I think it was called morphic resonance field or something like that. And the experiments they would do is I think they were doing something like either guess a number or something like that for people across the world. And so someone thinks of a number and another person has to guess, and then it's like higher probability that it's higher than 50 than random that they can see it. And
that is interesting.
So that's kind of what I mean. It's like try to make it in a way that is
Yeah, or there was an example one of my friends said to me the other day. He said, "Is that because I was explaining? I was kind of in a manic frenzy, try to get it all out, and I was a lot more, alert than I am now. But it was he was like, "Is that why whenever I think of somebody, they call me?" It's like maybe there could be something to that, some kind of a connection, like somebody knows that somebody's thinking about you, or vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely think there's. It's kind of like there's also some arguments from the animal side. It's like how's an animal that never like some of them are just like right out of the womb they can run and doing all this. They already know where to go, where to go eat.
Yeah.
So it's like where are they getting this info from to a place that they've never actually like seen before? And so the theory is that the consciousness is like you're like an antenna to your own like, little niche, and then so you're grabbing it. So even if you die, and then another one comes in, it's like they already have your full field.
It's like, yeah, exactly. I think there's something to that as well. And interesting you bring that up, because I was actually thinking about how birds migrate and the electromagnetic fields. Being that I now think that that's such a dominant force that in regards to the things that make up our reality and the forces that are applied to us, if birds use the electromagnetic field to navigate, then why are we too much different? We can certainly detect some things, whether it be I think it was it Nancy that said something about the moon having an effect on people with the electromagnetism.
I think she was something.
Yeah. So I think and it could lend itself to there being a correlation when people say, "Oh, it must be a full moon out," or some of that lore. Who knows? But yeah, it'd be something interesting to look into.
No, definitely. I actually track the moon phase every day. I've been doing it the past 3 years. I've got an Excel file of the moon, and then also when I get sick and so on, just to see if there's any correlation.
No, I saw the moon today at I think it was like 10 a.m. I was on my break, and I looked up and I was like, "You're still out?" I was like, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw it yesterday. Yeah, also in the morning. I should go check it out. Because it hasn't been at night, so it's definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this,
Yes.
and then the other thing I wanted to ask is, can you like break down again? How are you getting these equations?
Okay.
So the other question is, why are you using these variables and versus
Right.
the mainstream?
Right. So, well, that's kind of it's a result of the journey that I kind of made as far as how far the standard model would actually get me. So you'll notice um, in my first black hole papers, I was using the standard model entirely, including to basically try to figure out how to get in and out of the event horizon of a black hole. And I was like, you know, the main thing that I did for like how to get in and out was magnetic repulsion, electromagnetism. It was my first thought, and I was like, surely black holes, they have a very powerful magnetic field, right? So what if you're able to charge your ship or emit a frequency or a field where you can kind of dip into it and onto the other side, or kind of in a way observe it possibly, and then be able to push yourself back out somehow with that same electromagnetic field? Or would you have to use other forces like radiation pressure, frame dragging, depending on the black hole, whether it's spinning or whether it's a stationary one? You know, would it be easier to get in and out of it? And I was able to come up with equations for that, but there was something missing. And I went to, where is the superset? There we go. So this is what I came up with: equals mc squared. And these were all the environmental things, right? So thermal radiative energy, electromagnetic field, gravitational influence, and engineered or reactive force. And this accounted for everything that I thought you would need to be able to get in and out, assuming that you had a device that you could activate, or your ship was equipped with something like that. I know it's a little bit more sci-fi, I guess, but I was just struck by, like, I haven't heard anybody talk about this stuff. Everybody thinks that there's it's a one-way door, right? And you can't get out, but obviously thermal energy is released, Hawking radiation is released. So some things surely escape from the other side of the event horizon, but it still felt like something was missing. I was like, surely there must be other things that are going on here. And then I started thinking about like consciousness and electromagnetism more. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but I started to alter it in such a way, and I started to use electromagnetic forces in my variables, and then eventually I tried to compute. Well, I still haven't figured out exactly how to measure consciousness, but I think I figured out a way to measure how permissive a material is to consciousness based on my equations. And I still have to, I still intend to figure that out. How to actually measure consciousness within your people, within, I guess, the ambient environment, and is it more condensed, or is it more? There's got to be more of a
gradient, or
gathering, a gathering of it in certain reasons, whether it's, you know, groups of people or around certain forces more so, whether it lingers around electromagnetism or magnets more. Sure, that would make sense to me because of the things that I seem to have found that correlate with that. And so let me see if I could find one that.
And also, there's a question here on the chat. Someone says, Elijah attack You'll need a beat frequency, long-standing wave as driving potential. Basically saying, where is the non-rest mass part? Before the energy.
Non-rest.
For the energy equation. I think that's what he means. Because the energy, you said E equals mc squared plus the other stuff. That's
right.
And he says, where's the non-rest mass part? And he has an equation there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think about that at that time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that basically, that would be just the rest energy, or is that again, I haven't looked at too much of the quantum physics moment or the standard model much. I think ever since I came across gyroscopes, I became more less theoretical, because I'm not sure if you've seen it before. I actually have a so I have a free energy video series where I was trying to understand the mainstream side of physics after once I came across 9/11, and then I went over MES.fm/free energy playlist. So you can see my screen on the stream. So I have a series right here. There's part 1 was 1 hour. Part 2 was nuclear physics overview. Was 7 hours or almost 8 hours, and plus cold fusion. I think what else is the title here? I think and then part 3 I did atomic physics properties, another 5 hours. So and then part 4 I came across Richard Hall again. He had a person named John Duffield, so I bought his book. It was on the theory of everything. The theory of everything. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this one. Duffield book right here. So I have this. It's like relativity plus. Basically, it's like everything is just a. It's like, where's this book right here? Oh, I don't know why it's not showing properly. But anyways, here's the book Relativity Plus, and it's been a while since I read it. Basically, it's like everything. Everything is just a form of the ether, just like a twisting. So it's like an object is just like the actual ether contorted, or the light is just a loop. But anyways, so this he had this. So I have the book, but again, what's interesting part is that I'm gonna show this link in here. Is that on Richard Hall's show? He made a mention that you know how like gyroscopes have inertia despite things rotating. So he's like what things that rotate have momentum. So he's just saying, well, if that's has like a force, what about matter? Is just light in a loop. So it's not a force. But when he said gyroscopes have momentum, and I'm like okay. And then I went to search up what is momentum. And then the mainstream definition is a circular reasoning. It just says that it has momentum because it has inertia. And I'm like, what's inertia? It's like a momentum. I'm not sure have you ever looked at the definition of inertia?
I'm familiar with it. Like it's what it takes to actually get you started going, right?
Yeah. But basically, they describe the physical thingy as, but there's no actual definition. Like it just says right here. No, what I mean is there's no underlying cause that's being given by the mainstream. So inertia is a natural tendency of objects in motion. So again, natural tendency. Motion to stay in motion, and objects at rest to stay at rest unless a force causes a velocity to change. It is one of the principal ones there. It's one principal primary. Yeah, it's one of the principal primary manifestations of mass. So mass is something with inertia. Inertia is something that has mass, intrinsic property of a body. So there's no actual. They don't actually tell you what it is. It's just that it's a thing that doesn't move.
Yeah.
And I'll go to angular momentum. Angular. I think this is a more blatant. Okay, so angular momentum. Rotational analog of linear momentum. It is important physical quantity because it is a conserved. Okay, so it's a. They don't tell you what it is though. Still, it's a rotational analog of linear momentum. And then the last thing, I'm just going to put this for the sake of the chat, and then Rich Planet. So if I go to Rich Planet, And if I go open this up a bit more, Rich Planet videos, and I'm just gonna go to the Duffield just because it's kind of what. And then yeah, so once I came across gyroscopes, and then I looked up and I saw Eric Laithwaite, and I'm like, that's the one he lifted up the wheel above his head, and I'm like, okay, so there's a Duffield ones. So these are in way back in 2010, but I saw these a few years ago, or like 2017 or something. I'm gonna just put some links. Why does it not show? 1 second. Okay, this. I'm gonna put these links. Sorry about this, and then we'll get back on. So that's that one and this one. Okay, and then I think I put here. Where's the Duffield book? Oh no, I put the wrong thingy here. Sorry about this. 1 second. Just I need this for my future organization. Okay, and now we're good to go. I was gonna say those. All right, and yeah, you were, and I'm just gonna share. Yeah, so you were saying something before I cut you off. Sorry about that. I just wanted to illustrate about the yeah. So anyways, yeah. So going back into that, that's kind of when so I was doing a bunch of this mainstream physics learning, and then the gyroscopes kind of like it's like realized the mainstream doesn't explain in any way.
Yeah,
how it works.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and then I realized, then I discovered it rises on its own. So it's like, what? It's like, where am I? What planet am I on?
I think if you were able to make one successfully, it would do a lot of things on its own.
Well, what do you mean on its own? How would you do it? Like
well, I mean, obviously, antimatter. I mean, not antimatter. Anti-gravity.
Yeah.
I believe would be a way to make free energy. I believe that you could take those fields that it generates and direct them in a way as well.
Okay.
Whether that be for offensive reasons, defensive reasons, and I think there's a lot you could do with a single gyroscope built a certain way with certain materials. And I think that one could possibly serve multiple functions. And I think it's about frequency and how you tune it and how you arrange the materials in such a way to cause the fields as it's rotating, how things interact with the field. But yeah, I think that gyroscopes are very, very important key to free energy. And I think, well, I've seen some interesting things about, I think they're torus shapes or toroidal. It looks like a donut.
Yeah.
I think. And I've seen some things that suggest that they could be used to generate lift as well. And I haven't looked too far into that, but I know some people that have, and I'm actually learning quite a bit from them. And it's very interesting how some simple shapes create some very interesting effects.
No, you definitely. I think Bob Greener, when I had him on the stream, he showed me a bunch of papers on this. It's like toroidal plasma torus, and somehow it's linked to free energy and anti-gravity. And it's like papers, like some of them are military papers talking about this. I'm like, all right, we're on something. And he had a good point about
things.
We had a good point about different materials and rotation. Because like, have you heard of the Wilhelm Reich orgone accumulators?
I have heard of him.
Yeah, so Wilhelm, so what he would do is, so he called it orgone. That's his version of like
of ether
or consciousness or whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the smallest life forms. I think something like that. Basically, he would have materials. He would have an accumulator basically made of like organic material and then metal, organic metal, and he could sit inside there, and apparently you can like heal your body and so on, and also you could use it to accumulate. And then I was thinking, well, if you do something like that and then spin it, but nobody's done that with spinning. That'll be interesting. And then similar with spinning, like the TR-3B, that UFO, the alleged triangle craft. You've heard about that one?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So allegedly, they would spin like liquid mercury inside. That generates like the anti-gravity property. So it's like liquid mercury that's spinning around, and somehow that causes a lower there. And also, it's past the 2-hour mark. I just want to, before we end it, if you can possibly discuss your Because you said you sent a paper to Lockheed Martin. If you want to explain that.
No, not yet. I haven't shared anything particularly. I am talking to a physicist from Lockheed Martin, but I haven't. We've been sharing some things back and forth. I haven't shared any schematics. Just everything that you have access to so far. It was kind of a data dump, so I didn't want to, just throw everything into his lap. I've done that before, but I didn't want to overwhelm him just yet. So I'm giving him a little bit of time to look over my stuff, and we'll see what he says. He shared some interesting things as well about some of those shapes we discussed, and some interesting materials. I asked about them for some clarification on some of the structures that he showed me, but he didn't address those yet. But I'm still trying to figure out what they are. I think it was some kind of composites or oxygen dominant chemical makeup crystalline structure or something of that nature. I got to double check with him, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to share. We've built a good little rapport so far, but there's a possibility that there could be other things involved too. So I'm trying to be very cautious. But at any point, if you're interested, you can certainly share anything that I've sent you. That Gravia thing, for one. I do agree with you that that's probably the safest thing to do, is to share that freely with anybody who cares to take a look at it. Get it out that certain things can be, you shouldn't have to pay for energy because there's so many different ways of making it for free, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think ultimately, if you remove some of the systems of control, some good things might happen, and free energy is a good way to start.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so the Gravia, I'm gonna have it opened on my stream. There says Gravia gyroscopic repulsion-based axial vector inertia assemblage. All right, and this was, and then if you don't mind, if you wanna explain to the audience why you were considering or are considering sending to Lockheed Martin.
Well, honestly, anything that I send, I'd hope that I'd make a little money from it, but if something like this, I'm not sure if it's worth the risk. I really don't think that they'd use it for anything good, or that they'd even share it openly. But yeah, I think I don't even know what they do with it, to be honest with you, aside from make planes that could destroy things.
They got a lot of those.
Yeah, they already have a lot of those things. I messed that up a little bit, but yeah, I think there's some things that I could share that would be safe. Some capacitor and battery designs that I have. I would hope that would help get things kicked off, so I could get a little funding for prototyping. Ultimately, that's what I'd like. I'd like to garner interest and see if anybody would help me prototype. See if like, as far as materials go, I have some other ideas that I could come up with, and I have some other schematics, some of which require it would require me to send things out to different companies for anodization or coatings, things like that, for passive cooling. But aside from that, I think that a lot of the things that I have could be built with the same manufacturing processes that are available today. So I think that's a very real possibility. It's just a matter of getting the funding for it, and possibly trying to see who else is aligned with the people in regard to how the designs are used, and not so much with the control structure. I would like to see that very much so. So obviously I don't have very many options, but I remain hopeful.
Well, yeah, that's definitely the way to view it. Me, like, I like stuff with technology. I throw everything public there. My view is
smart.
my view is well, the people that's kept it secret hasn't. They're not taking care of the world. So the alternative.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
So it's
agree.
like okay, we'll try public instead now. No, nobody's tried that, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, they can't. What are they going to do if everybody all of a sudden knows about this? And I mean, is it going to disappear? Like, are they going to make a joke out of it like they did with the Epstein stuff?
Mhm.
You know, but at least it'll be at the tip of people's tongues. At least people will be talking about it like, oh, you know, obviously we have this technology. You know, why don't we just do this or do
Mhm.
that? And they'll put their charades on the television and as they usually do, but the fact remains you can do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it can
definitely.
be done.
It,
So,
it definitely. That's why I've spent a lot of time on the Hutchison effect. Make like the playlist I made, just
yeah.
to drive home the point that it's real.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people that were on the fence messaged me just saying, okay, thanks, this confirmed it's the real deal.
Yep.
And then once you have that, yeah, and then now you can actually then when you have some big players with big money that
Yeah.
can that wake up to this, like, okay, now we can actually now we have something to work with.
Yeah. It was actually the 9/11 revisionist actually showed me a lot of things in regards to the Hutchison effect, some of Judy Wood's work. And after I took a look at some of that stuff, I was like, I can't, like, there's no way
Mhm.
that some of these things that I've been working on could possibly be associated with this. And it was just,
Mhm.
it's kind of a weird story, but I was just like, oh my God, you know, this, what if this is it? What if something
Mhm.
that I have could possibly help these people? And it kind of just snowballed from there. But yeah, I went into it with this idea that maybe there could be somebody that could help me build this or build a variation of it to possibly prove
Mhm.
either what happened on that day, 9/11, or something better, you know, either way, possibly get some results, something interesting. And I think that uh, with the particular design and the materials used, it's very possible you could get some very interesting effects, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. And again, here this channel I could promote your stuff if you have especially if it's an experiment. That's something I share it widely
sure.
and
Yeah.
it'll get that to and it'll ask for, and then also crowdfunding as well. That'll be one thing as
Yeah.
well.
I got to learn how to do all that stuff. I'm, you know, I've got ideas, but I'm still learning how to present them and how to, um, you know, get the word out and network and garner interest from groups. So yeah, I could probably use a little help with that.
Mm-hmm. No, no, that's what I mean.
But
Like I could promote your stuff. It's
yeah, thank
yeah,
you.
and yeah, yeah, especially with experiment wise, because like in terms of theory and so on, it's like because when you have like mainstream theories like string theory and all that garnering like
Hmm.
all the headlines and then not getting anywhere,
Hmm.
and then when people when they hear theory they think, oh, another string theory and all this.
Yeah, you know, that's actually interesting. You should bring that up because I spoke to somebody recently about string theory, and my idea, I think that I don't think that string theory replaces particle physics, but I think they're very much connected.
Mhm.
I kind of see string theory as being the way that consciousness kind of plucks those strings and makes things happen in a way. Um, but obviously that would still have to be tested. But it was just kind of a weird thought that came to me, and I was like, what if both things are true, and they, you know, you can figure out a way to use one to manipulate the other, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And there's this photo right here that someone sent here is very very interesting. It's like how everything's connected. When
Hmm.
again, I'm not sure if you can see this on the stream thingy there. I'll send
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
Yeah, it has it just has the strings on the top. It's connections, and then it's like there's like layers of reality. That's
Yep.
yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyways, we are past the time right now. I'm gonna go for a run actually.
Yep. Sounds good.
So and you're saying it's 3 o'clock for you?
It is now 3:14 for me. Yep. Pi.
Yeah, I was just not image there. Yeah, 3:14.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, 3:14. Epic stuff. And all right, Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And then there's a guy, Elijah Jack. He's I think all the recent comments about him. So maybe if you want your email to give it to other people if they want comment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you can give it to whoever's interested in talking about this with me. I love bouncing ideas.
Yeah.
And I realize I haven't addressed anything that Elijah's been saying in the chat, but it's it's pretty clear he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I'll just say let me know if you want Drew's email. You can communicate because he seems to be well connected into this. Because again, with me, like I eventually will be more and more theoretical, but it's like I need to get the experiments. I have the experiments take a long time. Like just setting up this one is not easy. It's like $100 just for the Atwood machine because of inflation. Like and then the magnets, each one's like $20-$30. I got the glue together for that, and then I got to make sure then I got to experiment, and then but it almost blew up. I'm not sure if you've seen this one on my channel. The magnets and repulsion like blew up. Luckily it wasn't there. Like it separated and like almost destroyed my phone and everything. Okay, yeah, Elijah Jack says yeah he's open to it, so I can send you
awesome, cool.
So you just tell me which email I should give. I think you had one or two.
Should be Osprey.
Osprey, which was the you could just type it in the Telegram and then I'll send it to him.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And so yeah, just let me know when you have it and I'll send it to him. Alright. You're way ahead of me. It's 2:15. Okay, 2:15 here. Okay, so Gary Jackson's 2:15. It's 12 for me right now. And so on. Okay.
All right, I put it in there.
Put it in the Telegram. I didn't get any message. Or where did you put it?
Oh shoot, was it? I think I put it in your.
In chat, here.
Yeah. Oops. Or no, the
links.
Your links.
Oh,
your links,
okay. This guy was in the other one. Oh yeah, I sent it to him. Because this is in the actual chat. Elijah Jack. Okay, Elijah, that is. That works. Email, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, and it's there as well. So if you're fine with it being public, it's fine.
Yep, that's fine.
All right, sounds good. And yeah, great talking to you. And
you too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Definitely. All right, have a good one. All right.
You too.
See ya.
Take care.
All right, guys. That's epic stuff. Great stuff for Drew coming in. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Okay, Gary Jackson says I'm lagging, guys. Sorry about that. Have a great day. Okay, Saint David says bless up, guys. Yeah, bless up, and never forget 9/11 Moonchild. Heard you first. Always. I like how every single time that's the motto. Okay, Elijah Jack, cheers. And see, is anybody else? Nobody comments on these. Okay, only Audis, only Rumble, and the other one. All right, epic guys. Have a good one, guys. I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1, and go.